So talking about content marketing, the reason we are talking about it at first is content is centric to any form of marketing that you do, be it your digital marketing, be it your offline marketing, right? You need content. I mean, let's assume that you want to market a particular product using your newspaper. You throw in an ad. That is nothing but your content. The better you market it, the better it is for you. Okay. Whether you talk about online media as well, whether you talk about your articles, whether you talk about your lists, whether you talk about journals, whatever you do, right? Be it your videos, be it your podcasts, audios, all of them will have content. And when you talk about content marketing, it is nothing but a process of creating content in a particular manner and making it more reachable to people across the globe or to your targeted audience in an effective manner. So again, when you talk about content marketing, there are phases in it, right? The first part is understanding the audience that you have. Second part is creating content accordingly, ensuring that the content is at least closest to being the best in the market. The next part is putting out that content at the right place and then ensuring that this content gets distributed to right audiences. So that is what digital marketing does for you, okay? Or content marketing rather. And when you talk about content marketing, as they say, content is the king. I've already mentioned that. It can be your videos, written articles, audios, right? Or it can even be a tweet, a song sung, etc. Right? So, as I've mentioned, we need to understand or consider quite a few factors here when you do content marketing, as in what kind of audience are you trying to reach out to and what is the best way to reach out to them. Would making a video and putting it on a platform like YouTube or any other website that you have help? Would it be nicer to write an article, right, and place it on your website, right, or maybe put out somewhere else where you feel that it would give you more traction, more attraction, right? So it depends, right? Or would it be nicer to create clips or and disseminate it, share it with people by using different platforms, right? It can be your different digital media platforms that are there that you have with you, right? So again, when you talk about content marketing, there are quite a few flavors to it, quite a few things that you can get into the details of. Just like I mentioned, when you talk about content marketing, first thing that you need to ensure is your content is of high quality. So we'll be talking about content marketing as we get into the practical part of things, where I'd give you demonstrations. How do these things work? But this is what content marketing is in a nutshell, right? It is nothing but a way of creating good content and providing it to people, or marketing it, or using it for marketing certain products, right? To give you another example, right? When you want to buy a particular product, what do? You look for reviews for that product, right? So one of the ways to do that is, let's assume that you want to buy a mobile phone. You have a certain set of budget. What would you do? Best mobile phones. Let's assume you are in the year 2020. So best mobile phones in 2020. Under, you have a particular price bracket, a number of dollars or a number of rupees or whatever the currency that you belong to. That is how you browse stuff, right? And then you get suggestions. What are these suggestions? If you do it in your browser like Google, you'll be getting certain set of articles to start with, right? Top 10 mobile phones that you can buy and stuff. So you can go through them, compare them face to face. Now, there would be certain websites that you would want to go ahead and take a look at. Why? Because you've seen content from those websites and you find those more reliable. So you'd go there and you'd think, okay, this person gives me good reviews always for this particular product, whatever I'm buying. I'll go ahead and see. So you'll get the comparison just like you want. And once you have that comparison, you go ahead and take your decisions. Same as with video content as well, right? When you talk about YouTube, we look for things that we can look answers for, right? What is the best programming language that I can learn in 2020? I YouTube it and then I get suggestions. It can be anything. It can be a JavaScript, Python. I mean, I'm not aware about the best ones in the market. I'm just giving you an example. So you get list of all these things. So there are certain videos that make more essence out of it, right? They'll ensure that that all things are detailed properly. They're not too lengthy enough for people to get bored, right? So when you create content, you have to ensure that you consider all these factors, and then you create content accordingly. Once the content is created, optimized, you also have to ensure that you socially disseminate this content. So when you say social dissemination of content, that means you should be able to share this content with people so it reaches out to people. We'll elaborate on these pointers when we talk about the SEO, SEM part of things. But I believe by now, the basic idea as to what content marketing is should be clear to you people.